Obviously, since that early presence he's had, he's been trying to farm up to make sure he doesn't get caught off guard by a level 6 Warwick when he's level 4. But hustling, getting a little bit of damage down onto Cherry Bonbon, but nothing's gonna come from it. But I gotta say, this bot lane from Northumbria, they're not getting back, they're not getting beaten out. And we thought that this lane would be the one where there'd be the most discrepancy. But as I say that.
Yeah, as you say that, they're going in absolutely hard. Hustling gets exhausted. He actually gets a Prosperous Bomb as well. He needs to be a little bit careful. He's taking a bit too much. DJ Joker and Cherry Bonbon take another Light Slinger to the face, and as you were saying, the combination of Light Slinger and the AD shield is just so strong, and they keep getting that combo every single time. Actually, Jarvan and Warwick are going to find each other in the jungle. They don't really know if they want to fight each other right yet, but it's going to be a level 5 Warwick, so he's going to want to back away a little bit. Razor going to be able to pick up a nice ward for himself, and again, I've got to hold my hand up high. As we said, we thought Unite would run away with this bot lane, but Northumbria are holding their own. In fact, they're pushing them back almost, and this is to all credit to them because they haven't had Warwick come down, they haven't had Jarvan come down. This has just been pure Northumbria, and they're ahead on CS.
Yeah, I know, and I'm moderately impressed, to be honest. DJ Joker and Cherry Bonbon are definitely. Oh, Tixie! Oh, that shield! And that's twice that he's done that.
Yeah, it's twice he's done that, but we've seen now DJ Joker getting aggressed on again, and I just feel the more this kind of drags on, the more that they're kind of forced to use their mana on heals, with Cherry Bonbon using those ebb and flow, and having to use all these different things. Oh, he goes in on him again. Oh, the double tap, not quite enough. They get the nice Aqua Prison by Cherry Bonbon. It's gonna force him away though. DJ Joker, and this is the pressure I think we were talking about. This is when it starts to tick over, and all these little things happening. Even that, just a howling gale, just to stop, just to delay it that even little bit more. It's just gonna hurt them so much. He actually delays it again. It's gonna hurt DJ Joker so much now. By the time he gets back to lane, he's gonna lose so much experience.
Yeah, DJ Joker, they had their piece in that bot lane, but now Hustling and Cocoa Pops are turning up the heat. They have had enough. There's no messing around now as the double taps come out left, right and centre. And there's a mass amount of minions that are going to be lost for DJ Joker here. Never mind that slight CS lead that he had previously. That's all down the drain at this point as Hustling and Cocoa Pops head back towards the safety of their fountain. Bobnob is now level 6. He's going to get spot out by that ward there. Not going to go for the early dragons on the Warwick. Not quite as easy to do that as it is with a Pantheon. As I say that, he may actually do it.
I told you, cast his curse. He's actually going to go for it now. He might be there, but there's so much damage. He's got to sustain.
Razor must know. He knows.
Yeah, Razor does know. As you can see, he's coming down now. And this is a bad space for Bobnob. He needs to get the hell out of dodge. He's going to get engaged upon. There's the dunk as well. He burns the flash as well. The TP coming in. This needs to be cancelled straight away. He does get it cancelled. And that's another, again, it's just, as we said, the polish of all these little things that just stack up eventually. They burn a teleport, they end up losing a flash off Warwick, and they lost a kill onto it. And you can just see that Unite, as we said, they've been 100% kind of, respecting their opponent. But, Northumbria can't take that lightly. They've got to make sure they respect Unite.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think Northumbria do respect Unite. I mean, I don't think that was a disrespectful play from the Warwick. I think it was, we need an advantage and we need it quick, because I know that we're just going to get essentially dumpstered if we don't. And to be honest, that Unite are going to take this dragon away, and they've just lost that early advantage. Actually, DJ Joker being very aggressive here. He's got that Nami buff. He looks like he's trying to make something of it. And Cocoa Pops escapes with his life right there, but he's trying to go for this snipe over the wall. That was cheeky from DJ Joker. That was cheeky.
Yeah, he was trying to go see if he can get Janna going the long way, or Cocoa Pops going the long way around, maybe Valkyrie over, and maybe get a kill there. There's the Aqua Prison, not going to quite kill off the blue buff. But again, as I say, Northumbria, they lost the advantage. They recognise that, but they're still pushing to try and get something off. And fair play to them. They're really bringing it to Unite. And I feel like if Unite continue to take them seriously, they should be fine. But one lapse in concentration, I feel like Northumbria could make a serious push up some kind of up mid lane or up bot lane. Actually, probably bot lane more than others. You just got to be careful exactly how they play this.
Yeah, and they're getting a lot of damage down onto this bot lane turret, but Hustling won't be too bothered about that. Interesting build path here from Hustling. It's not something that I would have thought would be coming out so quickly. He's gone for the tier 2 boots and a pickaxe, so not looking to hold off on the gold for the early BF sword. Wants that extra increase in attack speed, which is not something you see a lot of Lucians do, but I think potentially plays towards Hustling's playstyle. He's very much a positional AD carry. He's fantastic with those auto attacks. So the extra attack speed allows him to get a little bit more response to his attack moving.
Yeah, as we actually saw the results of it there, he's able to reposition, dodge out Prosperous Bombs because there's no boots on top of Corki, so he's able to get in Corki's face and chase him down an awful lot quicker, and I think it might be a little bit of a kind of reaction play to the Phage. Obviously, DJ Joker has got that increased movement speed from the Phage, but it doesn't really mean much if you haven't got boots and your lane opponent is just as quick as you. So it kind of negates it a little bit. So it's actually a pretty decent, early game kind of adaptation to deal with Corki's, poke and Corki's kind of, escapability nearly.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it makes a little bit of sense in my mind. Hustlin is got that relentless pursuit to do with the majority of his dashing, but now he'll have it a little bit easier to dodge those missile barrages that'll be coming out left, right, and center. So again, like we said, it's all about position for Hustlin. He's a big positional AD carry player, very, very apt at dodging out those skill shots. So this will just help him a little bit more. That ever so slight increase in movement speed always helps you on that front.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a quick look at items. We see Rumble running towards that Leandri's Torment, as you would naturally as a Rumble. Rod of Ages already finished on top of Bush's Kassadin even, 108 CS, he's 40 CS ahead. He is just taking that small advantage he got in the early game from Razor and running away with it. As you see now, Moby Boots and a Sightstone finished up for Razor. He's actually looking just to be 100% utility. As we see Cherry Bomb Bomb trying to trade back, and again hustling. Those boots are actually helping him out quite a bit. They're really actually helping him dodge out these skill shots.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it is the build path that you would essentially see Lucian to go into. You only ever really see the cooldown boots in Lucian if you're going to run that Ghostblade Jeweler build, because you just want to make sure you're getting enough skill shots off as possible. You Piercing Light, you want it to come off cooldown, but most Lucians tend to go the very standard Infinity Edge into Static Shiv build these days. You very rarely see that dueling Lucian build that used to be so popular come out of the woodwork. So it's just standard, and he's opted to take a slightly roundabout way to getting towards that Infinity Edge. He's going for Berserker's Greaves, and that's just to aid his early duel potential so he can dodge out those skill shots. Like he saw there, did a nice little walk around, and he's again demonstrating the speed of this Lucian, and he's having a fantastic game at this point in time. Right now I'm trying to think where Northumbria can look to make an impact, and with all of the damage that's coming down on this mid lane, Oriana's only 24 CS behind, which I thought would be a bigger disparity between the two.
Yes, she's only 24 CS behind. She did die though, and she's actually kept her own. In fairness to Tix, he's been able to hold his own very, very nicely. Razor though, gonna go hard on the bomb knob. There's nothing really you can do. Here comes the engage there. They get the scatter of the weak. They're trying to get one more bomb down. They may be able to just kill him out. There it is. It doesn't even need the ultimate from Unlimit. They end up killing Bob Knob, and this is when it starts to get a little bit unpleasant now for Northumbria. They're really not gonna have fun, and Unlimit still has that ultimate if he so needs it to try and kill off Tix.
Yeah, and to be honest, right now, Razor is taking away the jungle of Warwick, and when you have a Devourer enchant on your Skirmisher's Saber, I know lots of damage, but he's using that shield really well. I'm wondering if he's put any more points than just, no, he's just got the 1 point in Command Protect, but it is saving his life every single time that ultimate comes out from Unlimit.
I will say, sorry, just to cross you, I will say Unlimited is sitting on 2,500 gold. So he's got a little bit to kind of...
He's got a lot in the bank right there. He's actually going to be going for the Morellonomicon. So we're going to see a Morellonomicon, which is becoming a little bit more popular than Athene's. But I guess if you don't value the magic resist and you want to make sure you're reducing the healing coming up from Warwick, the Morellonomicon is a fairly standard pick. And actually, for mana regeneration and I think flat AP, it's a little bit more cost effective. So that's where... Syndra is looking to invest a gold end limit, making that decision. Also is, like I said, conveniently quite good against Warwick, stops his healing when he's on low life. Not that I think they're going to have to worry too much about that. I think Bobnob has not had a particularly fantastic impact in this game, and the counter jungling coming out from Java means the Devourer stacks are far and few between for Bobnob at this point in time.
Yeah, they're really not able to kind of get those stacks going, and that's, as we said, we said that Razor was sacrificing his farm and experience to get his lanes going, but he did that, and there was ahead in farm and experience, so it's kind of a weird combo of the two. Good, actually, combo there from the Prosperous Bomb and the Missile Barrage, but Dragon coming up in 2 seconds, as you can see. Good few wards now down by Northumbria. They are starting to get a little bit of vision control around there, and so do actually have very little vision control from Unite, so they're trying to see if they can get that vision back. They may kill the Scuttlebug. to try and get something back. But Joker, I'm just going to call him Joker for the moment in time, because DJ Joker just seems like a far too much effort for me to say in a play-by-play fight.
Two extra syllables that you just don't need.
Exactly.
Right.
I wonder why 2 extra syllables are, a nuisance. I wonder where that argument came up before. But nonetheless, we do have Unite starting off that Dragon. We are going to see them coming in. They actually missed the scatter of the week. This could be a big one. They get the smite down. There's a flash in from right there. They're trying to go in. Boosh comes in. He gets exhausted. He's on DJ Joker. There's the Cataclysm, but it's not going to catch on to anybody. Gets to kill onto Corky using that. Great flash monsoon there by Coco Pops there to pick up a kill as well onto Warwick. The TP from Rimble, it was just far too late. We did see Castellan chasing off the Cherry Bonbon, and Hustling gets out with just his life. But again, it's 2 dragons, it's 5 kills. It's a hell of a lot of farm, and actually he's going to keep going after it. He might actually try and get him. No, he's just going to go for the ward. But again, Warwick, he's actually the only person who's really underperforming in my opinion, because everyone else is 0-1, which isn't a bad score at all, but he's 0-3. As we see Razor trying to go hard. Oh, there's the equalizer. Doesn't really catch onto the right angle. They're trying to go back onto it. Tidal Wave was not used in that fight, and it was actually used there completely pointless almost. And again, they're going to back away. Razor got a little bit aggressive. They're going to be able to back away though and get as much as they possibly can, and that's going to be a reset, get back to the lanes, and no turret have yet to fall, but I think that plays into Unite's hand perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, Unite have a lot of potential now to look towards sieging these turrets, and Hustlin now has that BF sword and Avarice blade, so dueling him is not going to be on the cards for Corky. He only has that Sheen. Obviously the Sheen is a fairly decent dueling item, but when your Lucian is this far ahead of the, it's going to just be too difficult. But 2-0-1 on end limit, and a lot of gold also for Razor, who has been involved in 100% of the kills as that culling comes down onto Joker. Escapes with a modicum of life there, but like I said, I've been impressed with Razor. Fantastic jungle play from him. He's been involved in 100% of the kills. He has been the guy on his team that's made sure that every lane has been ahead. He put the pressure on top lane and the pressure on mid lane very early. That gave Enlimit the scope to be really aggressive, actually. You saw how aggressive Enlimit was towards Tix in that mid lane, and it also gave Boosh the ability to instill some fear into Slytherin. Slytherin has just not had the chance to go aggressive onto Boosh because he knew that there was the potential for him to get ganked, as Boosh shows exactly why Cassidy is a great pick against Rumble.
Yeah, we see a full Rod of Ages there as well. And actually going back on a Cherry Bonbon, he's going to be... Actually, they're seeing now Bob Knob. He's not actually going to take him down. There's the flag and drag. They get him down. They use the ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. Boosh comes in for the swag kill. Says, hello, I got to take your life. Get that gold for me. Takes force to flash. Boosh is not done yet. He is so max range. It's going to be one more. There's Boosh again going in with the Rift Walk. And they get themselves another kill. There's just so much damage right now, and actually if we look at that, they're going to push down this mid lane, and while that's been happening, the bot lane have actually started to proxy farm. This is just, as I say, it's starting to really unravel right now for Northumbria, as we expected it to. But in fairness, they held out as much as they could, but I really feel like Unite are going to try and push to end this game within the next 10 minutes.
The next 10 minutes would be the likely time that you'd see this game be ending. I mean, I just don't see many ways that Northumbria are going to make their way back in. Unite are just too strong in the lanes. They're just... you're going to need some sort of these crazy cheese picks to come out from Northumbria next game if they want to stand any chance. I mean, I can't spell it any other way. That Unite are just mechanically and as a team a better and more well-oiled machine, and there's no shame in that, to be honest, because they are the best in Ireland. They're potentially one of the best in the UK. They are potentially one of the favourites to go on to win the Four Nations, and you're going up against potential champions here, and there's nothing for Northumbria to be ashamed of.
No, not at all. They are holding their own exceptionally well, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, as you said, because what is to be ashamed of? You made it to the final. You were potentially one series away from being one of the top 8 teams in the entirety of UK and Ireland. So no shame in that whatsoever. Just wait to see now exactly Bob Knob. He's going to be able to go in, and their vision control actually from Northumbria has been fantastic. They just haven't been able to capitalize on it.
No, I mean if they played this and then had a slightly less destructive early game, they've got vision control for days. These guys have got better vision control than some of the challenger teams I've cast in the past. They are really putting a lot of emphasis onto making sure they have their own jungle. And I mean, if they were more aggressive, if they had a little bit more scope, they could potentially push that into the enemy jungle. But look at the vision control they've got over their own jungle. There is nothing in there that they won't be able to see someone coming towards. They won't get caught out, at least in their own jungle, unless they make a really big mistake. So, you know, I'm impressed from Northumbria on that side. They're doing a really good job there.
Yeah, and I think the hardest thing to learn as a team is how to ward when from behind, and they've done a fantastic job. I tip my hat to them. They've done amazingly well to keep that vision control up. And if we look at, you know, there's some slight aggressive ward. There's a very aggressive ward just off the side of mid lane.
Oh, the shockwave!
Misses out.
Well.
Misses out. I didn't actually see it. We were looking at top lane through directed camera, but it's going to be Cherry Bomb getting cataclysmed to death realistically as he got it in. Oh my god, they scattered the weak Valkyrie away. Is not going to be enough. They picked themselves up 2 kills. They made us push down the mid lane and the bot lane as Lucian goes to try and go for it. It's again the double ward in that bush is going to be twice as hard to kill. But again, it's just Boosh just pushing down this advantage he has. He's going to push in the mid lane. They're pushing the top lane. They're pushing the bot lane. Everything just not real. Everything just being in favor of Unite. 2,000 gold on top of Castle, and he's going to get a little bit more. And they jump on the Bob Knob. He actually doesn't get stunned up. Gets a Morellonomicon passive, but they're going to be able to pick up this bot lane and the top lanes. That's 2 more objectives. Dragons up in 5 seconds. They're going to rotate for that. And the longer this game goes on, you just feel like it's just going to be more and more advantages picked up for Unite.
And you know why? I know this game's over now, but I'm excited for the next game. Because I feel like this is now the opportunity for Northumbria to say, well, look, we got crushed. So let's try something fancy. Let's try something crazy that we did last time. And we could potentially have a really interesting game on our hands next time round, because they could pull out one of their cheese strats that they said that they got here through, you know, they never played the same thing twice. They pulled out a lot of cheesy champions. I'm hoping to see something like that in the next game, because let's be honest, the jungle is not their strong point. It's the lowest elo on their team. Bob Knob has not had a fantastic time. As you can see, he's about to get deleted off the map now.
Yeah.
They need to sort of potentially look to work around outside of their jungle. You know, they need to look to put something maybe like a really cheesy 2-1-2 with even take the jungle out of the equation, for instance. You know, that's something like that would just obviously low chances of success, but the fact that they could catch Unite off guard. Do you remember a while ago there was like a gold team that played CLGEU and almost won by going that 5 mid strat, Heimerdinger a Caitlyn Nidalee. Everyone had teleport, and there was a lot of heals and things, and they literally took a 5-minute inhibitor. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that, and it was a fantastic game to watch. It won't be, unfortunately, we'll go back to this game, it won't be a perfect game for Unite. They did lose a tower to minions in the top lane, so a little bit of gold going back in the pockets of Northumbria. But again, I completely agree with you. They need to come out with some crazy strat that just, you know, nobody really think about. You know, and I wouldn't say cheese. I'm actually a big, you know, I hate the word cheese purely for the fact that if, you know, you choose something that isn't necessarily meta and it wins, it doesn't make it cheese. It just means that you beat the other team with it effectively. But again, yeah, I agree. They need to come out with some crazy strats, something, maybe even a double smite, you know, get that, you know, the stun passive off or something like that. Or the 5 mid. You never know. Go with a complete AD team. Try push down 5 mid. I've actually won in a ranked solo queue game with 5 mid, so it's not impossible.
Maybe they should make a little deal with Unite. Obviously, we're not condoning, but full on ARAM for the next round. But no, I mean I expect Unite to sort of clean this game up within the next 5 minutes. They definitely have everything going for them, as Razor is going aggressive by himself. Has the follow up from Boosh though.
Oh, he actually Boosh flashed in. They're going to use the heal from there. Good, actually really good equalizer coming down, able to split the team away from them. But the the third inner turret does go down. So that is 6 turrets to 1. It's an 11 just over 11,000 gold lead. Major items being picked up. Rumble has yet to finish an item. He doesn't really know what he wants to finish. And as well as that, you have a Deathfire Grasp Rod of Ages on Cassidon. It's insane amounts of damage coming out from everybody on the side of Unite. It's too much for them Northumbria to deal with. They need to forget about this game, literally forget about it completely. Start thinking about the next one and what they want to bring out in the next game.
Yeah, 100%. I just really hope it's something that's crazy and unexpected, and it will catch Unite off guard. Oh, Hustling, he wants to go 1v1 here. Slytherin has no chance.
He does! He does the cooling! Oh, he gets him on the backside! Gives him a pat on the back and gives Hustling the 300 gold, and that's actually the first time Rumble's died, so that's actually a pretty decent amount of gold going in favour of Hustling. That's actually Hustling's first kill as well, so, you know, 1 for 1 in that kind of sense.
I really want Unite to donate a kill to Northumbria at this point, because I feel so bad for the guys. Like a token sacrifice for winning the game.
They got a turret. I think that was the token sacrifice in that sense.
That was the token sacrifice.
But anyway, we talked about Northumbria keeping a decent ward coverage and how Unite weren't actually keeping theirs up. If we have a look now, there's not a great amount of wards. It's actually the complete opposite. We're looking at seeing very aggressive wards on that blue side jungle and the blue side of Northumbria in favour of Unite. So it's just not really going to work out at this stage, and they're just going to keep falling straight behind. And it's back to the point. Remember we were saying in the last game, or the first game with the Warwick of Electi versus Uwatmate, Bobnob is going to want to jump in, but he's not tanky enough to tank up anybody at all, so he's going to be absolutely obliterated completely from the map and, you know, taken away from all his friends and family for 30 seconds or so, because there's just nothing he can do. Actually, he jumps in now. Razor getting they're trying to jump in. He gets the flag and grab, forces the flash away. I don't think... There we go. They're trying to get the stun off. Good shockwave. It doesn't matter, though, because Tix is going to get taken down as well. They turn around. What could have been a good gang. And Limit is sitting on the top of an equalizer. It doesn't do any damage right now. There's no completed items. There's no Leandri Torment being able to tick that down. They're trying to jump on the Joker. Actually, it's going to be Coco Pops by himself. Boosh jumping in there as well to say hi, give me a high five, but not going to work. They're going to try and turn and burn, go for that Baron and possibly the Dragon as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is where they want to go for the Baron. Dragon's up in a minute. I mean, there's nothing that Northumbria can do to contest this. They have almost survived this 10-minute window that me and you predicted earlier on, so give props to them for that. They're doing a good job. They haven't lost an inhibitor at this point, so the defense coming out from Northumbria is valiant at this point. Absolutely valiant defense coming up from them, but you just feel like it's a ticking time bomb. I mean, you can't say feel. It is a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
Unite will run away with this. It's just about a matter of time of getting a team fight where they can look to push their advantage from afterwards, because they've got to take out that Orianna really to just negate the wave clear coming out from Northumbria.
Yeah, and as we saw there, the amount of burst, despite being able to catch 3 people onto Razor's Jarvan, they weren't able to burst them down. They burned a flash, but they also lost their lives for it as well. They are going to try contest for this Dragon. I don't know if this is the wisest of decisions. I feel like they should just try turtle.
Actually, no. This is the best decision. Contest it. Just go for it.
Just go for it. Yeah, maybe, but they might get caught out as well. It could be the end of the game, and they might actually. They are going to last the 30-minute window, or the 10-minute window. And here comes a TB from the back end. It's going to be Castle coming in, but good disengage from Northumbria means they're able to get away from it, and that's a teleport burned. Nothing lost on the side of Northumbria except for health bars. Wow. That was insane damage, and I don't think Corky wants to come back onto the rift. There's a Dragon going down. Boosh is going to go into absolutely everybody. Great equalizer, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be knocked into as well the tidal wave. It's not enough if a Tix just gets away with a trinkle of health, but they're going to have a minion wave in that mid lane. It's going to be an inhibitor. They have Baron. They've got 4 stacks of dragons, so they've got even more damage onto those turrets. This is the final push, in my opinion.
Certainly going to be the final push here from Unite. They're going to take this inhibitor. Don't know how much of a fight. Northumbria are rushing the ranks. Actually, no. Unite is saying the death timers at this point in the game are still too low for us to get that final push off. So they're going to go and play it safe. They're going to do it Riot tutorial style, potentially. Take out every single inhibitor turret as Hustlin takes out the Rift Scuttler to provide the ever so useful vision of an empty Baron pit.
Yes, exactly. And actually, I think Boosh is... I was just going to say, the pause comes out, and Boosh looked like he DC'd for a second there, because he was just kind of sitting around blue buff, not really knowing what to do, contemplating life, as the Void Walker does. Yes, he has DC'd, as you see on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's just completely write this game off. It is going to go one way. Let's not, beat around the bush around this sense. What can Northumbria bring out that could potentially surprise Unite? in the next game, you know, to make it go to a 1-1 or anything like that?
That's like $1 million question right there. Because of the diversity of League of Legends, there are still comps that I bet no one has tested, and they could potentially be a cheese comp. So I just don't know what they could bring out. I mean, maybe they just pick out the trolliest champions they can think of and hope it goes together just to appease the Twitch. You know, go for the go for the Teemo, go for the
Blitzcrank.
Go for the Poppy, which actually Poppy is seeing a little bit of play recently, so I can barely say that. But yeah, I mean, or go for an ultimate hook composition. Blitzcrank into Thresh, into, you know, anything like that, into
Darius.
Nautilus. Yeah. Just
Who's got the last hook?
So what they do is they line up from the mid lane, right? And Endlimit thinks he's safe, but at the start you get Blitzcrank pulled into Thresh hook, pulled into Darius hook, pulled into Nautilus hook, and then suddenly he's under turret, locked up by the Nautilus stun. And it's first blood in the game to Northumbria right there.
That's pretty much game right there. We we have got Boosh getting back into game. I just want to have a quick look at the item discrepancy. Look at what Kassadin has, and then look at what Rumble has. And Rumble isn't low on farm realistically at all. He's only about 70, you know, but he hasn't finished it. He's been kind of toing and froing and not really knowing what he wants to build. He's got 2 null magic mantles. He's got Mercury treads. He's got a Seeker's arm guard. He's got a blasting one. He's got a hunting guard. Finish an item. Get that under your belt, because he's actually come up with some pretty decent equalizers. He had that Leandri's Torment. It could have helped tick down the Unite a little bit. It's just not working. Same with Warwick. He's just got absolutely no items in his belt. Syndra is huge at this stage, and as we see them all jumping on top of Kassadin, he comes back in, Boosh, and he just runs away straight away. The Rift Walker able to get away with all that. It's just looking so. It's just the items difference even in that. Like, and it's nearly a 20,000 gold lead at this stage.
So Rumble has gone for a standard Rumble build path, bar the Mercury treads. He's gone for the Haunting Guards, which you do finish. Interestingly, he's picked up the Seeker's Iron Guard. You tend to pick that up when you're playing against an AD laner, and then he's going for the Abyssal Scepter. Now, Seeker's Arm Guard, Haunting Guards is not something that I am surprised to see on a Rumble. The early finish up of the Mercury Treads makes sense when he's going against the heavy AP of casting. And then into the Abyssal Scepter kind of makes sense as well. But you kind of, like you said, you're throwing eggs in every single other basket you can find except for the one that you need to, which is finishing an item. So, yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting, long-winded build path coming out from Rumble, but it does make sense, kind of, because that's probably what he's used to building on Rumble. But theoretically, he probably should have skipped the Seekers, gone straight for the Abyssal.
Yeah, it's just something that he needs to kind of do. And Hustlin, I should say, going to be able to try out the culling there. They're going to try siege up this bot lane. Actually, Kassadin isn't even with the team at this point. Still keeping that the cannon minion alive, and it's just going to keep hitting it. They can't. Northumbria can't aggress on this. They can't go on it.
I don't even know if they've got the damage to affect. I mean, as you say, effect to clear. But I mean, if United kept a strong front line, they may not have even had the damage to potentially clear it. And here comes another wave for Northumbria. Sorry, United could potentially just dive this. I mean, what a nice shockwave.
Oh, and a great run to multiple as well. They actually kill off Corky. Bobnob jumps on the wrong target though, and it's just getting completely obliterated. Tix, you have nothing left for you. They're going to see the flashes. There's the double kill. Cataclysm did come down. Boosh trying to jump on the Cherry Blossom. He gets it. The exhaust is too late. It is in vain. That is going to be the second inhibitor going down. Boosh with the Kassadin with a triple kill. They're going to have super minions now in the mid lane, and that is going to be game 1 going towards Unite. No kills given away, only lost 1 turret, had complete objective control. They're still jumping onto the Nexus as well, and that is going to be a fantastic first win for Unite. And they look towards game 2 with Northumbria. It's been a pretty decent game from Unite, let's just put it that way.